I can't wait to see two of my favorite civilizations do battle. The Mole Men and Duckworld, of course.
Screw it.
The Marvel Universe is so ever-expanding that it seems like new civilizations are popping up faster and faster. They'll need to form their own Starfleet to discover them all.
Do you swear?
In the vast universe and multiverse exist groups of some of the strongest beings ever to exist. They are conquerors, innovators, and most importantly, incredibly powerful. From Asgard to Wakanda, the Watchers and the Eternals and beyond. Let's take a look at the strongest Marvel civilizations right now. When a civilization of beings can literally use some of the strongest characters in the universe as their personal playthings, it's safe to say that group rises pretty high above the rest.
Oh, my new friend.
The Beyonders are the strongest civilization in the Marvel continuity by far. They don't even live within the known multiverse, and instead exist fittingly in a dimension that is beyond known reality. They are said to be incredibly omnipotent, and for the most part have not been seen by anybody. The Beyonder was responsible for the first Secret Wars, where he created an entire new world and transported heroes and villains of the Marvel Universe there to battle it out. In another Secret Wars event, Doctor Doom was able to harness the power of the Beyonders and became a god of that reality. These powerful beings use what is known as God particles, which essentially have the power to create and destroy at will. One can only imagine what their society is actually like when each member of it is essentially a god. Like I said, most people have not actually seen the Beyonders, but instead have interacted with their agents who are sent to interact to the lower beings of the multiverse. Side note, but they look suspiciously like the head of the Federation in Lilo and Stitch. They've killed beings believed to be the strongest in the universe, like Eternity and Infinity, and while they aren't totally invincible, for all intents and purposes they may as well be. They are easily the most powerful race in the Marvel Universe, and the most that anyone can do is just hope that they mind their own business. This next civilization are some of the oldest creatures in the known universe. Created long ago as some of the first living beings, the Celestials are creators of life and harbingers of death. The Celestials are believed to be gods by many as well.
An infinite cycle of creation and destruction.
Due to their proclivity for creating worlds and new life, and also destroying worlds when they feel it is time. The issues of lesser beings tend not to concern them, and they often seek to complete their purpose. The Celestials have been popping up in the MCU as beings of immense power. Ego, the living planet, turned out to be a Celestial of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he was able to create his own planet and nearly take over all others in the galaxy.
Welcome, everyone, to my world.
Other more traditional Celestials in the MCU had been hinted at, and fully appeared in Eternals. The Celestials, such as Arishem the Judge, showed a wild disregard for life at the expense of creating new life.
It is a side effect of the emergence.
The Celestials are so powerful, but this is all just a game to them. They use living beings as their experiments and leave them to their own devices until they decide it's time for them to end. They nearly use the Earth as an egg for a new Celestial, but the fact that they can be stopped means they're not quite the strongest beings in the universe. However, I certainly wouldn't want to take a punch from one. This next civilization is made of beings of incredible power, though they may not always show it. With most of them essentially taking the stance of non-interventionism, the Watchers are nearly all-knowing and incredibly powerful.
I have seen everything.
Most of them have taken vows to merely observe the goings-on of the vast multiverse, though they do have the power to go up against just about anyone. With incredible cosmic abilities, these big-brained aliens have power capable of traveling the multiverse, and also taking on just about any beings they come across. We saw in the What If TV series that when the Watcher finally did intervene, not only was he able to fight toe-to-toe with an infinity-powered Ultron, but his vast knowledge of the multiverse was able to give him the strategic edge in putting together a team that would have the exact outcome he predicted.
Really did it. There's still hope.
If knowledge is power, this civilization has been studying for centuries, and if they can't overpower you, it's possible they are able to outsmart you. There have been moments in comics where the Watcher is beaten or even killed, but when this happens, it is such a surprise and shock, speaking to the reputation of the Watchers. It should be noted, though, they're not very nice. They wouldn't even give Stan Lee a ride home. A pretty unknown quantity is a civilization known as the Infinites. These are massive beings of incalculable power. It is said they are as powerful as Celestials, and have even defeated abstract beings such as Eternity. There is little that is known about how the Infinites came to be, or the domain in which they reside. But given their large size and ability to travel the multiverse, they clearly come from some kind of cosmic-powered realm. They've certainly been defeated before, given that they are made of organic material and not the abstract concepts that make up some of the universe's most well-known beings. A lot of the Infinites have been defeated in Marvel Comics, however, but just like in any civilization, some are stronger than others. This group once planned to completely rearrange the stars and planets in the Milky Way galaxy in order to make the energy flow of the universe and multiverse better. Obviously, they failed to take into account the issues people living in that area would have. The Avengers were able to defeat them with the help of eternity, but the cost was great, and the introduction to such a powerful species left them shaken for years to come. Adopted as gods of some of ancient Earth's civilizations, the Olympians were a powerful group of people who built a society that would go down in history. In the small pocket dimension of Olympus lived the humanoid race that would become known as the gods of the Greco-Roman Empire. Fabled characters make up the Olympians, such as Zeus, Athena, Hades, and so many more. They all have incredible superhuman abilities such as strength, speed, durability, and stamina. Unlike some other civilizations that went down in history as gods, it would appear as though the Olympians are truly immortal. Upon adulthood, they cease aging and will not die of disease or old age. It's true they can be killed in battle, but if Zeus wanted to just park his butt on the couch for the rest of existence and watch TV, he could do that forever. We will be seeing the Olympians appear in Thor: Love and Thunder, and while they will sometimes interact with our Earth, they are much more preoccupied with their toga parties and wine. As I said, the Olympians were not the only race who were turned into gods by early civilizations on the planet Earth. Norse mythology speaks of another group that were worshipped when they came to Earth long ago, so now they have become more than legend and instead celebrities that the citizens of New York take selfies with. Asgard, the realm eternal, is home to some of the strongest beings in the known universe. Asgard was believed to be the protector of several realms and the conqueror of several others, and the royal family alone is filled with mythic beings. Incredible sorcerers such as Frigga and Loki, as well as great warriors like Odin, Hela, and of course the god of thunder himself and avenger, Thor. The citizens of Asgard and their warriors are nothing to sneeze at either, such as Lady Sif and the Warriors 3. They have defeated demons, frost giants, and tyrannical aliens, and they throw a good party themselves. The people of Asgard have proven themselves to be very resilient, for even when their home was destroyed, they set out to start anew. With the few looks at Thor: Love and Thunder we have gotten already, it seems as though new Asgard is on the rise, and has already developed into an advanced civilization on the planet Earth. Clearly its people and its leaders know what they're doing. Perhaps the greatest and most advanced Earth-based civilization is the nation of Wakanda. With their ancestry beginning on a mountain of vibranium, the Wakandans have been able to build a vast and technologically advanced empire where its citizens thrive, its knowledge flourishes, and its strength is ever present. Led by the Black Panther, the nation of Wakanda in the MCU alone is home to such advanced methods of healing and war. Technological advancements have made the Black Panther one of the strongest heroes in the MCU, and Wakanda is such an impenetrable fortress that the Avengers used it as a base to fend off the forces of Thanos. Wakanda has had spats with other civilizations and proven themselves to be truly advanced people. When they can make a spear that is greater than most other earthly weapons, I don't even want to see what the full force of their power looks like. Wakanda is set to be one of the world's leading nations in the MCU going forward, and the impact they will leave will be incredible. In a mythical oceanic realm deep beneath the sea lives an advanced society known as Atlantis. Long ago, the Great Cataclysm sent this civilization deep beneath the ocean, where they adapted and evolved into water-breathing, incredibly strong beings. Atlantis is highly advanced in its technology and civilization, and is ruled by a royal family capable of going toe-to-toe with any of the greatest heroes in the universe. Namor the Submariner is its ruler, and has spent a great amount of time in the Marvel Universe as a hero, and kind of a jerk. Atlantis has waged war against the likes of Wakanda and other heroic Earth-based factions. You know, being completely sunken beneath the ocean would really get a lot of civilizations down, to the point where they would probably just give up, but not the people of Atlantis. Existing for thousands and thousands of years, Atlantis has a deep history in advanced weaponry and medical technology. Like some of the other great civilizations of the Marvel Universe, including Asgard, Olympus, and Wakanda, they tend to keep to themselves, but are called to intervene in the goings-on of Earth many times, until they are fully pulled into the fray. In Wakanda Forever, the Black Panther sequel, we may get our first real look at the civilization of Atlantis in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Eternals are a race of superpowered beings created by the Celestials 1 million years ago, as an experiment on the planet Earth. That's if you go by the comics. In the MCU, it seems they have been changed to be basically robots who help prep a planet for a Celestial's arrival. In either version, they are one of the strongest civilizations to exist. The Eternals made their way into Earth's legend as well, as some civilizations like Asgard and Olympus. And throughout their incredibly long existence, they have shown why they are some of the strongest beings to exist. Time and time again, they have defeated the Deviants and even gone toe-to-toe with their creators, the Celestials. Their society has been complex, however, and has sometimes even fractured when disagreements arise. This has sent the Eternals to live all over the world, and even on other planets in the galaxy. Eventually, the Eternals revealed themselves and became some of Earth's mightiest heroes as well, but overall, they are more legends who have become real. The Kree are masters of technology and weaponry that have helped them wage long wars against incredibly advanced societies.
Must be another Skrull attack.
They have mastered robotics and built artificial intelligence machines capable of ruling their entire society. Their warfaring ability is incredible, and the training of their warriors is intense. They have taken on the Skrulls and Xandar with a ferocity that few other civilizations can match. They are also incredibly advanced scientifically and have dabbled in genetic experiments that are responsible for creating the Inhumans. They have incredible powerhouses such as Ronan the Accuser and the original Captain Marvel, meaning that while the Kree might not be the most fun people to hang out with, they definitely have power where it counts. The Skrulls are a race of aliens with the ability to shapeshift, and using this incredible talent, they were able to form a vast empire across the cosmos. In the MCU, we have only seen them as a struggling people in search of a home, but I believe their true comic nature may be revealed in an upcoming Disney Plus series. They were able to successfully infiltrate all facets of the planet Earth and quite literally destroy its mightiest heroes from the inside. They have had wars with other civilizations such as the Kree that have decimated life across the cosmos. They are incredible spies, assassins, and warriors, and while they rarely use brute force, their natural ability lets them slip right under the noses of their enemies without detection. It's truly awesome and terrifying when you think about it. The Elders are a collection of immortal beings who have come together and formed their own civilization. Some of them are ancient species who no longer exist in the known universe. They have incredible power, but rarely use it and instead choose to focus on, well, there's really no other way to say it than hobbies. Two of the most famous Elders are the Grand Master and the Collector.
Observe.
In the comics, Ego is also an Elder instead of a Celestial. They specialize in a skill they've mastered over millennia of existence, and while they can put up a fight when they need to, they rarely seek one out. Basically, everyone sort of just needs to let them sit in the corner and play chess or collect stamps, or do whatever it is they do. One classification of people on Earth who have grown into an incredibly strong civilization, though not always the most unified, at times are the Mutants. Deriving from the X gene also created by celestial intervention, mutants have been around on Earth for centuries, and eventually they grew into some of the most powerful beings on the planet and in the universe. Professor X and his X-Men are some of the greatest heroes known. Magneto and his Brotherhood of Mutants are some of the greatest villains known. The powers of mutants are wide and vast, and they vary from silly to godlike. Apocalypse, the world's first mutant, has shown himself to be one of the strongest villains ever to hit the comic page. Magneto has taken over entire civilizations and built new ones from the ground up, and Professor X could literally kill everyone on Earth with his mind. They fought through persecution time and time again for being different, and in many cases used that hardship to build incredible places for mutants to thrive. It's true they're snooty and very self-absorbed and kind of annoying when you really think about it, but the Sovereign are definitely an advanced race of beings. They believe themselves to be perfect, and in many cases they have genetically designed themselves to be. However, they definitely don't live up to the hype. In the MCU, it's true that they have accomplished incredible feats such as alternative energy, a military force that puts none of their lives at risk, and seemingly the creation of one of the strongest Marvel heroes, Adam Warlock. They do not reproduce naturally and instead alter their DNA and create members of their society using birthing pods. This allows their leaders to genetically design the perfect person for any function in society. This means that they are high functioning and incredibly efficient when it comes to their use of resources and labor power. Perhaps the most famous Titan really spoiled the bunch, didn't he? On the planet Titan, an offshoot Eternals faction, who believed in natural reproduction, started their own colony. This was led by a Lars, an Eternal of nobility and power. It gave birth to incredibly powerful beings like Thanos and Star Fox.
I'm Eros.
In the MCU, the civilization of Titan proved to be unable to handle the pressure, as Thanos told us the story of its demise. If any comic inspiration was taken, Titan was likely at one point a beacon of technological advancement and prosperity, but clearly this once great society buckled under the massive weight that is survival. Given that Star Fox has still existed in the MCU, who's to say that other Titans aren't out there just waiting to rebuild their once glorious home? And now they're probably much more willing, given that the purple guy who kept talking about killing half of them is gone. Some civilizations are silly, but in the Marvel Universe, the ones that have been around for quite a while have proven themselves to be extraordinary. Which of Marvel's many civilizations do you think is the strongest?